Remember learning in school about how an armed white mob killed hundreds of black people in what was perhaps the wealthiest black community in the country? I don't remember either, because I wasn't taught this in school. It happened a little over 100 years ago in Tulsa, Oklahoma's Greenwood district, once known as Black Wall Street, home to hundreds of successful black businesses and even millionaires. In just 24 hours, this community was burned down, along with over 300 people murdered. Survivor Viola Fletcher, who is still alive at 111 years of age, remembers her beautiful home and bright future being obliterated in the ashes. This threw her into grinding poverty, preventing her from pursuing her education and forcing her into low-wage domestic work for most of her life. This wasn't just random violence. The affluence of Greenwood drew white resentment of black wealth accumulation and fears that black economic and political equality would lead to social equality, which would threaten Jim Crow laws of segregation. And this wasn't an isolated incident, but it happens to be one of the worst documented examples of how wealth was stolen from black Americans. We must recognize the direct link between incidents like this and modern forms of systemic racism that are designed to impede black wealth building. While small band-aids have been put on big problems in order to address the racial wealth gap, they are not sufficient when you look at how mass incarceration disproportionately affects black communities and how predominantly black neighborhoods are underfunded in a multitude of ways at the local level all over America. And the fact that critical race theory isn't permitted to be taught in places like Oklahoma, where this incident occurred, is particularly offensive, since teaching the ugliest parts of our history is how we prevent them from happening again. Just like I've had to look at the concept of third world country through a different lens when considering U.S. imperialism, the same goes for how I look at the inner city and the concept of the poor black neighborhood of America. These are not naturally occurring situations. They are intentional and directly related to domestic policies. We need to educate ourselves about this incident and the long-term impact it's had.